Since my childhood, my passion for playing guitar never ceased to grow. Despite the difficulties that I faced learning music theory and genres, I never lost the motivation because I had a dream that one day I'm going to be on stage in front of thousands and thousands of other people. As I was growing, my playing got better and better, and I thought, I'm actually getting good at this. Maybe I'll try to write a song. So I go online to look up some advice. I typed something like, how can I write a song similar to my favorite artist's single? I was very discouraged by getting these bullshit results like, hey man, are you crazy or what? That's a masterpiece, you can't make something similar to that. Give up, you don't have enough creativity. And this is the problem with the majority of all the amateur artists out there, thinking that masterpieces can't be reproduced by normal individuals. They still see Da Vinci, Van Halen, or Van Gogh like Greek gods with superpowers, blessed with creative ideas, and that creativity is just for quote-unquote lucky people. The shocking truth this book reveals about creative work is that creativity never was the act of generating ideas out of nothing. True creative work is learning how to steal ideas like an artist, and by stealing here, Austin Kleon means embracing influence instead of running away from it. Here's an example that explains all of this. The artist that wrote your favorite song, you're probably thinking of him as a genius or a magician. Truth is, when he sat down to write that masterpiece, ideas didn't came up to him from nowhere. He used and copied all of the scales, the lyrics, and the melodies that his favorite artists were using before him. He dissected his role model's work, learned where it needs to be learned, and then he tried to make something similar. Also, this video as an example is inspired by a favorite channel of mine called Fight Mediocrity, the one who came up with the idea of transforming books into animation. Guess what? He didn't generate the idea out of nothing. The materials are already there, he just knew how to mesh them up together to create something original. And the idea here is that nothing is 100% original. Everything is a mashup, a remix of what came before it. So if you want to come up with creative ideas, don't be the guy who sees every piece of art as original. Start looking at your influences as an opportunity to steal ideas from and insert them in your work. For this, you have to be willing to choose your influences carefully. Follow the best mentors online and offline. Also hang out with only the people who are better than you. This is Cody. Cody has a friend who's really into video games. He would sit down all day long playing video games and following several gaming channels. Cody came up to him one day and asked him if he could start a YouTube channel himself. He said, "Oh, sure man, I can do that, but I think I'm not ready yet. Look, these guys on YouTube, they seem to have a very unique style, capable to captivate your attention throughout the whole video. I don't know, man. Everyone experiences resistance before starting out any kind of project. Am I good enough to start? What if I get a lot of negative feedback? There are others who are already better than me." This kind of disease is called impostor syndrome, as Kleon refers to it in this book. It's a psychological phenomenon that makes you feel like you have no idea what you're doing when you're starting out. To get yourself out of this mental torment, you have to follow these two key principles. 1. Pretend to be something you're not until you are. Fake it until you're successful, until everybody sees you the way you want them to. The second principle is, pretend to be making something until you actually make something. And the idea here is to make things know the self. Don't wait to know who you are to get started. Fake it until you actually make it. The not-so-secret formula to get success with your creative work is a two-step long-term thinking-based process. 1. Do good work, make stuff every day, embrace failure, and learn from experience. Step 2. Share it with others. Put it on the internet, share all of your secrets online, share valuable ideas that will actually work and help others. People will appreciate it when you put yourself out there and go all out. Also, you need to place some constraints on yourself. That is the only way you're going to get things done. Don't wait to buy that highly equipped computer to start working on your project. Don't wait for your friends. Do what you can with the stuff and the materials that you have at hand. Don't wait to move to Europe, America, or anywhere to start your work. Do your job and share it online. The world has already become a small town. I remember the day when a friend of mine was starting out as a painter. She came up to me for advice, and of course I gave her, since I was an artist myself. However, after 6 months in, I got a call from her telling me that she gave up on her passion. Of course I asked her why. She said, "I became very good at painting thanks to you, but I failed to come up with my own style," and I understood that moment she gave up on painting because she was trying to discover her style on her own, without copying from mentors. In fact, she had no role models. And the big idea here is that when you feel like you've established a good base of influences, you need to start copying from them. Don't just steal the style, steal the thinking behind that style. Austin Kleon says, "An artist is a collector, not a hoarder, so your job is to collect as much big ideas as possible from your role models and your influences. Beware not to copy from one person, otherwise it's plagiarism. Plagiarism is trying to pass someone else's work off as your own. Copying is about reverse engineering, so copy from all of your heroes. This way your theft will be unnoticeable, and your work will seem original." Gary Panther says, "If you have one person you're influenced by, everyone will say you're the next whoever. But if you rip off 100 people, everyone will say you're so original." Another favorite example of mine to sum up all of this is public speaking. If you're starting out as a public speaker, you're probably not thinking about freestyling it for sure. You'd be looking up seminars and watching the best speakers online. After a period of practice, your own unique style will come out as all of your favorite speakers, comedians, and movie characters combined. As our old friend Francis Ford Coppola would say, "We want you to take from us. We want you at first to steal from us. Because you can't steal, you will take what we give you, and you will put it in your own voice. And that's how you will find your voice, and that's how you begin. And then one day, someone will steal from you."